Your healing starts when you learn to trust again. Okay? May sense ba? At emphasize natin dyan yung healing at yung trust again. Okay? Continue tayo. Ito ang ating title, Trust Again. Being enlightened towards healing by understanding what trust is and what trust is not. Okay? So, para mas maunawaan natin ito, kailang balikan natin yung ano ba ibig sabihin ng pagtitiwala? Ano ito at ano hindi ito? Okay? Now, question. Why is it hard to trust again after a problem or a problematic or traumatic experience? Alam mo yung pag may malaki kang dumaan ka sa problema, parang there are situations and there are people na parang is either tayo ay quite shy na lang, okay? Silent treatment or whatever, and then we shy away. And then we quiet quit na tinatawag. Next time ko explain yan. Pero we need to deal with this and we need to trust again. Okay? So, pahirapan ko muna kayo ng konti. Tingnan muna natin yung definition ng isang na-research ko na definition ng trust. Okay? Simplify ko yung mamaya. Pero let me read sa inyo for reference. Trust is an act of dependency upon another person for the fulfillment of biological, psychological, social, and spiritual needs that cannot be met independently. It is subjective confidence in the intentions and ability of another to promote and or guard one's well-being that leads a person to risk possible harm or loss. Trust then involves both perceptual and behavioral dimensions. O di ba, nahirapan tayo lahat? So, let me simplify that sa ating lahat, okay, in a few minutes pa. So, dalawang passage sa Bible ang quickly natin titingnan. Yun yung story of Moses at yung sikat na Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 hanggang 8. Sa Exodus chapter 3, may kita natin doon, si Moses ay nagkaroon na tinatawag na trust issues. At yung trust issues ni Moses dito is something na mm, typical sa kanya dahil nung siya ay na-deport na, okay, o dineport niya ang sarili niya into somewhere malayo sa karangyaan ng Egypt at siya ay nagkaroon na ng buhay bilang pastol, okay? For 40 years sa Egypt siya marangya, sikat, makapangyarihan. After na may nangyaring trauma sa buhay niya, he refused in many ways na magtiwala even sa Diyos at even sa sarili niya. And maybe even sa ibang tao kasi iniwan niya nga ang Israel eh. Iniwan niya yung mga kababayan niya na hindi niya pa alam kababayan niya yun. Or yung family niya na kinagisnan sa Egypt. So as you can see, dumanas si Moses ng trust issues and he needed to trust again. At yung encounter niya sa Diyos, ayun ang nagpukaw na, Moses, you can trust me. Sa Proverbs chapter 3, pwede natin basahin ng mabilisan ito. Sa Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6, may kita natin doon. Tingnan natin. Can we see that? Oh, sorry. Tingnan nyo. Sabi doon sa verse 5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him and He will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. Okay, meron na naman dito. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Now, this is one thing na gusto kong pansinin nyo. When you learn to trust again, I tell you, it will be health to your physical body at the same time to your bones. At alam natin, okay, pagamat yan ay idiomatic expression or figurative, pero our bones supply sa welfare o sa health na ating buong pangatawan. Okay, wala akong time para explain pa yan. Pero let's proceed. Okay? So, Ito yung biblical context. Now, i-simplify natin. Tuloy natin what trust is and what trust is not. What trust is not muna. Una, it is not being gullible. Masabi mo na, may tiwala siya kasi naniniwala siya sa lahat ng mga sinasabi ko. That's pagiging gullible. Okay? Tulungan niyo nga ako. Ano ba Tagalog ng gullible? Mapaniwalain? Parang ganon? Okay? Yung baga, kahit anong sabihin mo, basta-basta siya naniniwala at sobrang tiwala niya sa'yo na hindi na tiwala yon. Being gullible na. Okay? Next, pagiging paranoid. Ito namang paranoid, konting bagay lang, talagang nag-freak out na o talagang parang hirap na siyang i-contain yung mga bagay-bagay. That's being paranoid or lakas tama, parang ganun, okay? Kung salitang kanto. Ito naman ay hindi rin pagtitiwala yun na parang kasi opposite ito eh, 'di ba? Next pa, to makikita nyo. Perceiving another person as trustworthy. Hindi rin pagtitiwala yung mag-agree lang ako, nakatiwa-tiwala yung katabi ko. That's not trust. That's acknowledging pa lang. Okay? Kumbaga, hindi tiwala yung alam ko nakatiwa-tiwala yung tao. May something pa from me na gagawin ko para masabi kong may tiwala talaga ako sa kanya. Hindi rin naman yung pwedeng paniwalaan ko lahat ng sinasabi niya. That's being gullible. Hindi naman pagdudahan ko lahat ng mga ginagawa niya. Of course, that's not trust. Ano ang trust? Okay, tingnan natin. What trust is? Trust is an act of dependency upon another person. Yung pinaka-basic na example niyan, pag sumakay ka ng taxi, ng MRT, LRT, or ng bus, aminin mo o hindi, may tiwala ka sa driver. Kaya nga sumakay ka eh. 'Di ba? Pero hindi mo siya kilala. Hindi mo alam kung mahusay siya mag-drive. Pero you're assuming na makakarating ka from point A to point B dahil dependent ka sa driver na yon. That's trust. Kahit na simple. Iba naman ang isang baby na kumbaga walang malay at hindi kaya alagaan ang sarili niya. Hindi man totaling nandoon o nauunawaan niya, pero he trusts his mom. Kapag hindi niya naamoy ang nanay niya, umiiyak na siya. Kasi bakit? Dependent siya eh. Maski nga 3 years old, umiiyak pa rin yan eh. Di ba? Pangalawa, trust is subjective confidence in the intentions and ability of another. Kumbaga, hindi ka lang may tiwala sa kanya o dependent sa kanya dahil kilala mo siya, kundi meron siyang kayang gawin na kailangan mo. Okay? Yung nagpapalaba ka sa sa laundry, 'di ba? Except yung ikaw yung mismo naglo-laundry okay? There's a level of trust there. May abilidad siya na kailangan mo. Like a patient to his doctor. Ganun din 'yon, okay? Ano pa ang ibig sabihin ng trust? Trust is about ito naku pakinggan niyo ako mabuti, Trust is about vulnerability to another person. I-pause ko muna ng konti dito. Look at me muna, hindi muna yung slides. Ang vulnerability, ang basic definition niyan is being open to attack. 'Di ba? 'Pag ang doktor ay nagtanong sa'yo, "Kamusta ang bituka mo?" Okay, medyo blunt ng konti, Of course magsasabi ka medyo hindi maganda pakiramdam ko parang masakit, eh. Pero 'pag may naglalakad ka sa kalsada at may nagtanong sa'yo, "Oh, kamusta na ang bituka mo?" Sino ka para tanungin ako sa bituka ko, okey? Hindi ka ikaw ay vulnerable dun sa doktor because you trust him. Hindi ka vulnerable dun sa total stranger na nagtanong kamusta na yung tiyan mo or something, okey? So yung relationship mo sa doctor as a patient, may tiwala ka sa kanya. Nandiyan ba kayo? Sunod, trust involves both your perspective and your behavior. Yan, dito na ngayon tayo medyo mas lumalalim. Hindi ka lang open to attack. That's why you're vulnerable to those people whom you trust. Parang sa pamilya. 'Di ba? Kadalasan sa pamilya nagkakaalaman tayo ng mga baho natin. sa loob ng family, pero may mga issues na ayaw nating ilabas sa pamilya. 'Di ba? Kasi we don't trust them. We trust our family. Pero ang problema do'n, papaano kung within the family nawalan ka ng trust? Paano kung nawalan ka ng trust to other people din? Paano kung nawalan ka rin ng trust sa sarili mo? To whom can you be vulnerable? Okay? At it involves perspective and behavior. Kung gusto mo magtiwala, may something sa isip mo, sa mental health mo, sa iyong perspective na kailangan mong baguhin enough for you to trust a situation, especially a person, and most especially ang Diyos. Kapag nawala yung level of trust dahil sa traumatic experiences, well, what you need to do is you need to trust again. Ang question, how do you trust again? Mamaya yan. Tuloy ko muna. Behavior. Ang isang taong may tiwala sa kanyang kapwa, may positive behavior. Ang isang taong walang tiwala sa kanyang kapwa, may negative behavior. Halimbawa, negative muna. Nasa kalsada ka, nasa waiting shed ka, hawak mo ang mamahalin mong cellphone, and then may taong nakatingin sa'yo na hindi mo kilala, and then pabalik-balik siya. Anong gagawin mo sa cellphone mo? 'Di ba? May pumasok sa iyong perspective, "Uy, parang may mali." Anong behavior na gagawin mo next? If your mind is right, itatago mo na ang cellphone and then lalayo ka na doon sa mama na yun at doon ka sa mga tao. Because you don't trust the person, you don't trust his activity, that's why you felt, you thought, and you behave differently. On the positive side, if you trust a person, kung makatawa ka, pati ngalang-ngala mo kita, 'di ba? Wala kang pakialam kung ang pangit ng tawa mo, basta gusto kong tumawa kasi I trust you. Yung joke mo hindi nakakatawa pero natawa ako dahil sa joke mo na hindi nakakatawa, whatever man ibig sabihin nun. You trust the person. Kaya mong itaas ang paa mo at talagang mag-funny face ka doon because you enjoy the company dahil may tiwala ka. So, ang pagtitiwala involves both your perspective, your mindset, and of course, your behavior. Now, before I proceed to the next, dito nyo makikita mga kapatid na if you will not see yourself sa level na kung saan you need to trust, then you will have less healing or no healing. Hindi ka pwedeng magka-experience na tinatawag na inner healing if you don't trust again. Believe me, I know that. 'Di ba? At for sure, sa anumang level, alam niyo yun. You need to trust again, especially to your loved ones. 'Pag ikaw ay tamang praning, 'pag ikaw ay tamang hinala, lahat sa'yo ay negative, you lack trust. At sino una nahihirapan? Ikaw. The basic thing na pagsimula sa pagtitiwala is the Lord, just like with Moses. At yun ang sinabi ni King Solomon sa atin, trust in the Lord with half of your heart. Tama? Ay, mali pala, mali. Trust the Lord with all your heart. You see? With God, it starts there. Sa example natin kanina from Jonah, nung na-acknowledge niya, doon nagkaroon ng effective prayer sa kanyang buhay. Same goes with all of us. Okay? So, punta na natin yung slides na yun. Yung last slide. In conclusion, learn to trust again. How do you learn to trust again? Be vulnerable. Change your mindset. And start trusting people increasingly. Okay? So, ganito mo ng tiwala mo sa kanya o sa kanila. Start with baby steps na trusting again. And then, hindi sila ang mas makikinabang, ikaw. Okay? That's why this is a real and present danger din, yung kawalan ng tiwala. Kasi you will become paranoid talaga. Social ang English word na yun, pero hindi maganda yun. Okay? Ano pa? Let your healing start and continue. Kung naunsami ang healing mo from the Lord, ituloy mo ngayon. Okay, nami-mention ko ang Lord kasi imposibleng ma-heal ka from any trauma, from any lungkot man lang or uh, inability to trust people without God. Hindi ka pwede mag-mind over matter or positive thinking lang. You need to do something. Okay, kabataan ka man, nanay ka man, tatay ka man, or older ka na, you need to trust the Lord and trust people na karapat-dapat pagtiwalaan. Okay? Especially within the family. Ang family, it stays. Okay? Meron ka bang trust issues with your parents? You need to deal with that. Meron ka bang trust issues sa sarili mo o sa ibang tao? You need to trust again. At ang sabi nga rito, let your healing start and continue as you encounter God's grace increasing. Ang narinig niyo ay part ng Speak to Inspire PGE podcast at meron tayong audio-only version at may video rin. And why not consider to subscribe and like ang episode na ito and maybe share it to your friends and to your relatives. I'm sure they will appreciate it as we talk about dito sa podcast na ito about mental health awareness and especially inner healing din. So this is Gino Somo III. I'm the senior pastor of UVCC Church. Thank you for being part of this ministry. God bless you more. See you on the next episode.